RealGenericDemon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 27, Volume 7. Yeah, we're getting through it now, actually. Soon we'll find out whether or not Games 30 and the other one... Hang on, I'm getting them. You stay there. I'm coming back. Find out whether Games 30 Games or the Mega Volume 1 has won the thing, because it's getting very close to episode 9. So one of those two is going to win. You can still vote in the first episode or first volume, or in this volume if you like, on which you'd like to see at the end of the season. Remember, if we play this one, we'll be there for another two episodes. Isn't that nice? Whereas this one's just going to be just the last 2 episodes of the season. Anyway, right, okay, so what have we got here? He says, running around the room. Stop, come back, I'm here. I'm exhausted, that was a long run. Okay, what we got here? This one's picked out. It's a BASF tape. It's the great thing about this one is, of course, it's got the things on the front of it. It's got Starglide, it's got Iridium, it's got Batman, it's got Jura Racer and Dan Dare, so we'll probably do that side first. Hopefully it's that side that's in. And then Paperboy to whatever that is. I can't read it. Something at the end. Monty on the Run? Monty on the Run's on there. Underworld, yeah, anyway, it's good selection. So, nice tape. I actually like the styling of it. It's very kind of 80s. With the sort of grey, the sort of brown, oranges were very in the 80s. Probably why I quite like orange to this day. But yeah, orange was very in, so sort of an orangey sort of, I guess, cigarette-stained colour, I guess, is the answer to that. So we've got that, but the best thing about this one is it looks like it's got some music on it as well. So there's a good chance that when we finish this, or when the tape gets towards the end, we might get a little bit of chart hits from 1984, look. 1984, what is it there? Somebody recorded it probably off the radios. That's like there's many radios. It's like recorded off many radios at the same time. Depeche Mode, the Weather Girls. Come on, people! It's Raining Men. That's what it is. Raining Men. Yeah, the charts there. 22nd of the 3rd, 1984. Isn't that cool? 1984. We even know the date when this was recorded. When that tape was first recorded on. Howard Jones. The Knight Rider music. You remember that? Yeah, you probably do. Anyway, there's nothing to show you this week. I've actually collected nothing this week. Well, apart from some Hot Wheels, but that seems to be a new addiction that I don't want to share with you just yet. Anyway, so let's get this into a tape drive. Okay, the tape is in the drive, so we'll go down to our favourite, which is Basic and Loaded It. So Basic, Loaded It, or Load speech marks, and we'll push the play button. This should be Starglider. Now, Starglider, I'm pretty sure, featured on a TV show back in the day. I'm not sure whether it was in the end of the 80s or the early 90s, and I can't remember the name of the TV show, but I do remember Starglider featuring on it. I think it was either the Atari ST... Oh, that's a lie. Why is Dan Dare first? I have no idea. Oh, and this is a multi-face loader, right? Okay, so let's do Starglider briefly before we do Dan Dare. This could be a mix-up of whatever's on here, to be honest with you. It's going to be interesting. We'll find out. But anyway, so yes, so it did feature on some TV show. I can't remember whether it was the Atari ST version or the Amiga version. I have a feeling it was the Amiga version of it, and it came in a massive box by Rainbow Arts. If you've got it, it's got a huge manual. You really got your money's worth. It's a bit like getting Elite back in the day. Elite came with a huge manual, a backstory, a number of other things. It was really quite impressive what you got. I remember showing a younger person because they were into Elite Dangerous, and they didn't even. And I said, you know that it's Elite Dangerous is like the follow-on. Oh yeah, I know all about it. And then I pulled my copy of Elite off the shelf and showed them what it was. You know, the box, the bits that came with it, and they were more amazed by that than I've ever seen. And I say young person, somebody who's sort of 20 years my junior at the time when that was maybe 20 years, yeah, round about. So maybe 30 years my junior. Either way, very much into to Elite Dangerous. And then I pulled this off the shelf and went, and here's the original. and they were so amazed. They thought it was the best thing they'd ever actually seen. So Starglider is one of those kind of games as well. It's got a big old box, a lovely picture of this gigantic sort of, well, Starglider, I guess, on the front of it. It's really nice. It's well worth having a look at if you can. To be fair, it's not even a very expensive game. You can usually pick up a copy of it. There's plenty of them knocking about. So yeah, it's worth owning. But anyway, it seems this M1 that's a multi-face. So what it was, I haven't got one, so you'll have to bear with me. I think I know what they did. So multi-face allowed you to push a button on it and record the game to memory as it stood, so from memory, to tape. So it took what was in memory and then recorded it to the tape, which is the reason why this is loaded so nicely in the first place. Records it to the tape, and then you could play it back, and you'd be in the same place. So theoretically, you could effectively save a game as well. So wherever you got to in, say, Dan Dare, you could push the button at that time, save it in that state from memory onto it. It's where you get the snapshots. If you ever had a snapshot, an SNA file, they're snapshots, and they basically are memory at that point in time. So if it has a poke in it for infinite lives, those infinite lives are still in that version of it when you load that snapshot again. That's what we're doing here. We're loading a snapshot of Dan Dare with however it has been manipulated, if it has been manipulated, and we're loading it to memory now, and hopefully it'll all work perfectly. But that's what it does anyway. So that was what the multi-face one did, and I think as well as a joystick as well, usually a joystick. And do you know what? It's really weird, isn't it? You think back in the day, and has it loaded? We've got a little bit to go. We'll see. There's a bit of grinding of noises. Come on. Here we go. Here's hopefully the end of it. I'm bracing myself here. I'm just holding my breath. Here it is, maybe? No idea. Right, anyway. Oh. That didn't work well. That did not work well. That did not work well at all. That kind of loaded and did something. I think that's something else there. I'm going to go back in a second. I'll load Dan Dare some other way, but... So that's the end of it. I think there's another game here. I don't think it's Dan Dare. I think it's another multi-face load. I think this might be here where Starglider starts. If it does, we'll try that, but I will come back to Dan Dare, I promise. Dan Dare's an amazingly good game, actually, I'll be honest. Yeah, that's Starglider. Right, okay. That's so confusing. Because Dan Dare features later on this, so we'll go with the flow, and we'll do that. But yeah, Dan Dare's a really, really good game. It's based on wasn't it written by a vicar, Reverend somebody or other, who originally wrote Dan Dare? Pretty sure of it. Oh, it might have. Was it Rain? It might not have been. It might have been Firebird, because this is that Firebird style loader. They're like twice as long, but they're clever because you can stop it, rewind to the module that doesn't load. So if I mean, to be fair. Do you want me to show you? Let me show you. Rewind. Push the button. And then, if it tries to block it, then searching for the block, searching for the block, and continues loading. Isn't that clever? I bet you didn't know it could do that. The Spectrum was actually capable of doing that. Little, that went into the memory that it was going to be a loader like this, and that's just how it's going to get the data. Very weird. You got a lot of them from Firebird. You didn't get a lot of them from anybody else. Firebird seemed to be the main culprit for this kind of loader. The only problem, in my opinion, with them is because they're loading small chunks. It takes a lot longer to load a game that is created with this loader. Just an awful length of time, a huge length of time in comparison. Just out of interest, though, I've just given the tape drive a damn good clean. I'm hoping that's the reason why these are loading so lovely. But I gave it a damn good clean. I got my head cleaner out that was sent to me ages ago by a lovely gentleman called Daryl. Hi Daryl, not spoken in ages, but I promise I'm still here. I'm still. Hope you're still watching. Oh, got to rewind again. Look. 27, searching for 28, 20, 22, 2B. It's an advantage, that. There we go. Wow, it's so good, so helpful. There's the loading screen for it. It's Rainbird. Sorry, Rainbird. That must have been a subsidiary, I guess, of Firebird. I guess it's like the big expensive version of it. Don't know what TV program it came on. Real time games. These are guys. Weren't they responsible for 3D Star Strike 2? Pretty sure that Real Time Games are also responsible for. What's it called? 3D Tank Attack? Tank Duel, 3D Tank Duel. I've got it behind me. It's one of my favourites. Lovely silver sort of cover. I really liked it. It appeared first on Soft Aid, and for me, it appeared first on Soft Aid. It appeared on everything else beforehand. A lot of my games back in the day. I don't know about you, but I mean, my pocket money was always a bit tight. So it was fine. I mean, I was happy enough with my pocket money. But my pocket money would get me that £1.99 or £2 game, which was fine. By the way, was the average, which is the reason why Mastertronic put all its games out with £2. That's the absolutely perfect marketing. What does a schoolboy have in his pocket at the age of whatever it was, sort of 8, 9, 10? What did they have in the pocket? £2. £2 is how much we want to charge for our games. I mean, in real world terms, by the way, if you do the sort of mathematical calculations on the inflation and whatever else is, £2 is about a tenner nowadays. So we didn't do badly back in the day. It's equivalent to about that, roughly that, something like that. You can do maths properly yourself, but we're talking like back in the 80s, sort of early 80s. In the case of this, 84. So £2 would get you a game. But for me, it used to be about the compilations. That's why I like doing the compilations at the end of the What's the Tape nowadays. But it was always about those compilations of getting 10 games for $7.95 or $7.99. It was usually $95. I don't know why they did $95 back in the day. They were much more generous about the extra 4p, weren't they, that they took. But the point was, it was all about, for me, it was all about the Sorry, my backup device is making noise and it's just annoying me. You can behave yourself, right? Anyway, so it was all about those compilations. Every time I could get a compilation over buying an individual game, there's real exceptions in my head, things that jump out for me that I purchased that actually did. Oh, hang on, I'll rewind. Didn't even notice that. Sorry, peoples. Rewind to 41. I was busy yakking at you and pushing buttons and not watching the screen. Further back. Where are we? Loading 41. There we go. Right. Okay. So back in. It's quite handy. It does that. No R-tape errors. Just still loading. Anyway, what was I saying? So back in the day, with odd exception, I love those. I love double dual cases. Oh, they're amazing, aren't they? They really are. My favourite ones are the ones that emulated like a single dual, but they had that sort of they had the black or coloured case at the back of it, so not see through, and then it opened up and it was like a big sort of it was like a little case, but like grown twice the size, because that's exactly what it was, twice the size, and you could put your tape in it. That was brilliant. That's how, for me, that's how Green Beret came. And Green Beret, oh. Amazing game, Green Beret. Rewind to 4D. Yeah, I will do. Gotta stop talking to you. 4D. Why are we back to 4D again? 4E. There we go. Come on, 4D. 4B. 4C. 4D. Load. Yeah, please. Thank you. Keep going. I'm going to have to keep an eye on it now, because it seems to be... There's me saying I've cleaned the tape and it's all good, but at least it does the rewindy thing. But 53... 54... Just a little bit too far. 53, come on then. 52. 54. Right, okay, we've got to keep an eye on this. Oh. It's being naughty. Tell you what, in the scale of things, making a special version of this would be so much easier when you can do this kind of thing with it. 1984 though. Remember, that's when this was first recorded on, and then recorded over with these games. I don't know what date it was on Starglider. I feel it was more late 80s than early 80s. Come on, load. No idea how long it's got to load for. I'll rewind again. Oh my god, look, it's going for it. Wow. If it was Atari ST and Amiga that it was on the TV show, was it later that they released this? So that would put it towards 88, 87, 88. That would probably put it there, roundabout for a release date, maybe. There we go, we've got there, we're here. Oh, that took a little while. Right, okay. To define the keys. I want to do... do you want to change keys? Yes, I do. Fire. Q-A-O-P. Z-X. And L will do me. Z-X and L. No. When was... Doesn't say a date when it was there. Top scores. Keyboard controlled... Speed, none, enter to start game. So, this is us. I think we've got to kill all the things on the little map in the middle of the screen. I think that's the general gist of it. I think. I can't remember what you have to do, actually, to be honest with you. It would stand to reason, though, that it's the Star Strike people. Get that thing. Get it, get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Target, target. No. Did I hit it? Oh, goodness. There's still some stuff on the screen. I can still see it. Alright, there's something incoming. Shooty, shooty, shooty. Good graphics, though. All the old Vector graphics are very nice. I see they're making a new... is it Vectrex? I never had one of these things back in the day, so I'm not sure how... Ooh, hello. You're shooting at me. You're lasering me. It's a laser beam. Oh, my dogs are barking. Oh, there we go. Yeah, back in the day that there was the Vectrex. I never had one, but I'm not sure you can make a Vectrex without actually making it with a CRT. And maybe that's just me. Oh, look, here we go. There's just Star Wars style things coming. Walkers. L to launch a missile. I've got the missile view. Whoa, did I hit it? Missed it. Okay, here we go. I only had one missile. It's a bit harsh. Look at that. Walkers. Graphics are fantastic. Yeah, but I'm not sure you can make a Vectrex without having CRT graphics or CRT in it, can you? I mean, I know you can make it in an LCD, but it just seems a bit odd. Oh, what's this? It's like a spaceship. It's a ring. Can I go through it? Oh, I've smashed into it. That wasn't very good. Smashed into it. I don't know where my energy is. Let's see what else we can kill. There's something there. There's a wedge of cheese. It's a cheese wedge. It's turning at me. The wedge of cheese is turning at me. There we go. Boom. Come on, cheesy. We're hitting it with a lot of lasers. There's nothing happening. Oh, God. I think it's a flying... I think it's a base with them coming out of. Oh, goodness. I'm assuming there's a 128K version of this, actually, considering what we were actually looking at there with the loader. You can hear it. Mine detected. I think that's just the mine. It's mine now. Ha ha. Sorry. Not drank enough coffee yet. That's what it is. Not enough coffee. So I'm slightly off form. That's untrue. Never off form. Always on form. Always on point. Right. I can see there's something over here. Let's kill this thing. Ah! It's flapping through the air. Look, it's flying. It's gone. Have I killed everything? Oh, look, more stuffs. Is there like another one of them? I've got any more missiles to launch. No, I can't even launch a missile and fly as the missile. It was kind of cool, that, though, being a missile. Oh, we got more stuff over here, look. I wonder if what was it, score, do you think, was the thing that you get in this? I don't remember having... I definitely didn't have this back in the day. It was far too expensive. As I said before, I only had a few games. It was like, Green Beret was one of those games that I remember purchasing and owning. I quite like the styling of this, though. It's really good. But this would... I would never have bought this. To be fair, I mean, I'm going to little of honesty here. I think by 89... 90, not that I'd gone off the spectrum, but by 89, my dad had purchased the first PC that we owned, an Olivetti 286 with 4 megabytes of RAM and a 20 megabyte hard disk. And to be fair, I wish it had never been disposed of, because they're really rare, those, because that was the time when Intel allowed the design of their chips to be sort of made by other people, so anybody could make it. So they sold the thing. That's why the 386 came about. It came about to basically really quickly, because Intel thought they'd made a massive mistake there. It worked for ARM, though. ARM sells their chips to everybody. Everybody makes their version of an ARM chip, but ARM owns the sort of patent and takes a small cut of it all. I think Intel, at this point in time, probably could do with that, considering how badly it's going from. Anyway, point was that I'd kind of started moving on to PC by the end of by 80. Yeah, 89 was when the PC arrived. So it started to move on to PC by then. Spectrum was getting less and less interaction as a result. And by the time the sort of 90s came, or by 89, I also got my first Mega Drive, a Japanese imported one with a modification to it, which I didn't know at the time, that allowed me to play any game. I'm sure that was actually a modification of the Japanese ones anyway. So mine was Japanese, so my Mega Drive was the standard sort of original Mega Drive we got in the UK, except where the band was, where the power was. It was a dark, rich red rather than the silver that we got in the UK. So I had one of those, and basically I could put any game into it from any country, and it just blooming worked. It was really, really impressive. I don't know why. I still to this day don't understand how that really worked. But we basically, one of the companies years ago, this became a company called Microbyte. I don't know if it ever existed anywhere else, but Microbyte used to sell those versions of them rather than the ones that everybody else got over the. As a standard, so yeah, it was good. It was good, but I'd moved on to the Mega Drive. I'd moved on to the SNES, then the Commodore Amiga. I know it's really weird because Commodore Amiga was before them, but it was after that, because I did a swap with my SNES with my mate for his Commodore Amiga, because he didn't want it. He wanted the SNES, and I was like, yeah, I need a Commodore. I wanted to play with that, so I swapped my SNES for the Commodore Amiga, and then ultimately sold the whole thing. But you know, it was such regret. There's a lot of regret in me for these things that I did. They're the crimes. You don't realise it when at the time, but you get rid of these things and then you really regret it. A while ago, I was going to get rid of my Sega Saturn because I wasn't really collecting for it, and I'd got like a few games and whatever else is. And my wife said to me, "You will regret getting rid of your Sega Saturn." So she convinced me not to part with it. I was going to obviously give back to the retro community, but she convinced me not to part with it. And do you know what? Wasn't a mistake, because I've got one of them Sarus now for it. Plug it into the back. You can load the CDs from the cartridge. It gives you extra RAM. It does the whole thing for you. Blooming brilliant, absolutely amazing. Totally the right decision to hang on to the Sega Saturn. And to be fair, it's still a fantastic console. So nowadays I wouldn't do that. I mean, I got rid of my Star Wars figures back in the day, sold them to a guy who was absolutely delighted, because I literally sold him some of the rarest figures you can ever get nowadays. They're just things like the Return of the Jedi Han Solo with the carbonite freeze as an optional extra, and you can fit him into the carbonite thing. It's like see-through, transparent. I tell you what, try finding one. They cost a fortune. He was delighted with those. Gave me a load of money for it, surprisingly, but not as much as they were really worth. But I still got a load of money for it. So yeah, yeah, life is weird, isn't it? It's like you make these decisions to sort of to get rid of stuff, and then you just. Well, looking back, life lesson learned. I won't do it again, ever. Don't get rid of it. Don't get rid of it at all. Never get rid of any of it. Just keep it all. It's all got sentimental value as well. Because when you open that box one day and you discover your old ZX Spectrum, or in my case, there's none blocked away. But you open a box and you go, oh my God, have I still got that? And it's great. It's a fantastic feeling. Oh, it's coffee time. It's coffee. Let's get coffee. We've got a beverage. Oh, here we are. Almost there. Oh, there's a way to edit the keys on this. How do I edit the keys on this? I know there's a way to get the keys, set up the keys for Iridium. I always get this wrong, and then I hate it. And then I have this horrible hatred of the whole thing. I mean, to be fair, this tape has been the who's who of ZX Spectrum games, hasn't it? It really has. It's been the thing of all the things that are there. It really has. Let me see if I can find the keys for it because I really want to play this one. Yeah, you have to take on, was it 7 or 4 Titan ships or something similar? Is that the thing? Somebody tell me in a second. Yeah, you'll tell me in the comments below. Instructions. Let's open the instructions. Let's have a look. Keys. That's not in English. That is in another language. That's no good to me. Instructions. Save. Let's double click on this. How do I change the fire keys? I'm sure there's a way to change the keyboard. One player during fire to restart. No, there isn't. That's naff. Forgot that. Right, okay, so it's ZX, left and right. L symbol shift is up and down, and fire is enter, which is crappy keys. And then enter is fire, I think. Right, there we go. So, up and down. No wonder I never get these keys. Oh, right. 1 for keyboard. Come on. How do I get the keyboard? P. Paused. That's paused. 1 for keyboard. How do I start the game? Q quit. Q. Player 1, prepare. Q. I think it may be on the wrong. Pause. Q. Right, game over. Right, okay, excellent. Oh, sugar, what is he doing? He keeps on starting the game without me. Pause. Q. Q. Somebody plugged in a joystick on this. Hang on, let me see if I can get my joystick in here. See if that works. Oh, it's always a strain. Such a strain doing these things. That's a Manta class thing. There is a second one that was on the Commodore Amiga, and it's really good actually. But there is a second one. Let's put my joystick in here. Game over. Player 1. Yeah, I get that. It keeps on restarting. Is it on the joystick? It is not on the joystick. Why do you keep restarting? This is going well. I've been enjoying it so far. There might not have been R-tape errors everywhere, but I tell you what, we have certainly got some weird things going on. Iridium is not playing. Basically, though, you've got to destroy. What's he doing? It's like in a demo mode. Come on. It just seems to be starting the game and then Oh, I'm eventually dying. Prepare. I'm going to press the fire the space here. This is what happens when it loads from multi-face, unfortunately. Let's press 1. Tap the 1 key. I can't believe it's not getting destroyed instantaneously by these things that are flying along past it. That one killed it. 1 keyboard. Enter. Aha! I might got it. No. No keyboard. No work key. That's annoying. Well, that didn't work, did it? We managed to get something that's a keyboard and it didn't work. Let's see what happens when we load something else. I'll just leave that joystick there just in case. You never know. It might work. Right, okay, let's see what we've got here. What else have we got on here? Batman. Dinner, Batman. So camp from the 60s. Adam West. Good. I always quite liked the Adam West version of Batman. I don't know about anybody else, but I used to quite like that. That was fun. That was fun Batman, wasn't it? That was the Austin Powers version of Batman. It was the Austin Powers version of it. It was, to be fair, if you rewatch any of the episodes, it's pretty damn close to being the Austin Powers version of it. Without a doubt, you know, it was good because I think there's one episode where they danced people to death. I mean, seriously, it seems to be a gentler time of television, wasn't it? It was a much more sensible sort of gentle whatever else. I know there's a new Batman coming, isn't there? There's another Batman 2 with Robert Pattinson in it, isn't there? There's another one of those coming. Oh, you know, last week, just as a side here. Just as a little aside, last week I mentioned kids sort of programs that I remember or watched or TV sort of things because we talked about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game, the Rita's Rewind for the Switch, and I mentioned that the other week, and I said about things like that I was Battle of the Planets and other things. And Ulysses 31, it's now a game for the Spectrum. Yeah, you brace yourselves. You strap yourselves in for that one. It's now a game for the ZX Spectrum. There is a Ulysses 31. I don't think it's in. The language needs to be converted yet, but it does exist. Go have a look. There is a. I don't know if I've got a link for it. If I've got a link for it, I'll try and put it in the description below. But the point is that the Ulysses 31, as I discussed the other day, has now become a reality on the ZX Spectrum, and that seems almost fitting considering that was the things we watched. Thundercats, we used to love Thundercats as well. Thundercats back in the day. See, there's a new He-Man game. Have you seen that as well? Oh, got to get excited about that. Limited Run Games, unfortunately, who are producing it, but it's coming out on the Switch, the PlayStation, the Xbox, PC. It's the Bitmap Bureau. You'll know those guys. They're the people who released that Xeno. Oh, what was it called? Can't remember the name of it. It was the really good Mega Drive game that they released, and then they released it for PC and other things on Switch, and everything. It's come out on everything. But let's be honest. The thing that annoys me about limited runs, and this is actually a good. This is a thought. This is a thought. It's a really interesting thought. I'm going to give you an interesting thought about this. But it's coming out with limited run. I really don't like that because that means if I want to get a physical copy of it, I'm going to buy it from Limited Run, who are doing a limited run of it, and it'll be months and months and months before I get it because I've got things at the moment that are outstanding because their other ones have higher demand than the one that I've bought. So it's nearly a year since I actually purchased it. Effectively, gave them some not limited run, limited games. I think it was one of those companies, and it's nearly a year later, and I'm still bloody waiting for the Ninja remake, whatever it was. Can't remember what it was. It's in my email. I can find it, but the point is, I'm nearly a year later. I'm still waiting for that blooming game. It will appear eventually because I've had games from them before where they've appeared. I got the whole Wonder Boy collection and the Space Invaders Invincible, but I kind of object to it because what they're doing is they're preying on my love of of retro gaming, or my love of physical media as a format for the devices that I own, and then they're showing me like lots of limited versions with extra stuff, and I don't get those. I tend to just go with the like. I like that. I'll get the one with a case and it comes with a key ring or something like that. You know, that's the general gist of it. I stick to it. Really annoys me that, because those are the things that it just grates on me that we're not getting what our things. But anyway, so but this is a thought. Now think about this one for a second. Is this the dark ages of digital formats? Are we actually in the dark ages here? With all these digital things, do you not think? And I think. Well, it doesn't look good. I'm hoping that loads. I'll see in a second. But are we in the dark ages with digital media? Is this the point where people are starting to go, shit, I don't actually own these things? You know, you get your. Oh, I know which one this is. What the hell is going on? Oh my god. Shift to finish. What is going on? It's like a game to nasty. There's something going on with this. Come on. I will get it. For pause. G H. I can't get to work. This what is going on with this with these games. They're really upset, and it's now jammed. It's trying to press the pause, put the enter key all the way along. It's not my Spectrum, is it? Hang on. Let's do basic. Nah, it's not my Spectrum. I can type along there. There's the space bar going. Right, I am going to try something different here. That's really annoying because we're having no luck here. Let's do the tape loader, because the one thing about the multi-face was it was 128K. I wonder if we've got a memory issue here. Let's see whether or not we can get the next thing to load. This is really going badly. Just brace yourselves. In fairness, we've got another week's worth of stuff, so it's not so bad. You got a long one last week, so if this one turns out to be a bit shorter, I do apologise. Anyway, but here we are. But there's the question for you: are we in the digital dark ages here? And what's going to happen? And I think that it's already happening. Is that somebody who's a lot younger than me, somebody half that my age? I'm not going to tell you my age, but they're just half my age-ish, and a little bit more. Said that they are now buying LPs and records because the quality is so much better and the sound is so much better. They're also buying CDs as a physical media instead, because they get to keep it and they don't have to worry about streaming it for a service that now are actually we question whether or not the format is lossless anymore, because that's been questioned recently, that the quality is going down because their broadband costs or their media or their streaming things, server costs are costing them too much money for people to stream from it, or they're penny pinching, which is more than likely the case, by the way. They'll claim it's to do with the broadband. But companies like some ones that start with the S and end with Phi, they're apparently reducing the quality. So is the one with the river, the company that's named after a river in the Amazon. They're also known to this is happening. This is happening. There are articles about it. You can find out. So you pay for these services. You pay to stream, but you don't get to keep it. And is this the dark ages of it? Is this? Are we literally going to see cassette players back in cars because at least the analog format gave you a richer, smoother sound than having even a CD, or because the quality has gone down. Is it out? This is what we're in. Are we the digital dark ages? Do people look back in 20 years and go, oh my god? At one point, people didn't own their music that they purchased. People didn't own the computer games they purchased. People didn't own the things that they did. I mean, you know, even Steam says that when you purchase from them now, that you don't own them. They're licensed from Steam, and they reserve rights to do stuff with it. They probably won't, but they reserve rights. If you buy from somewhere like GOG, you own the games. Is this going to be a new future of people actually going, I'm going to buy things physically again? I don't know. I personally like buying physical things. I like having something that's tangible, and also, if you really want to, resellable. If you buy something and you've got an old device of some sort and you can resell it or something similar, that is actually probably more useful to you as a person than having... at one point I bought a few films on Amazon. I've got a few films in my library because I got some deals on it, and they did whatever else it was. And I've probably got about 10 films. They weren't very expensive, but I've got about 10 films. And I stopped buying them on there because I didn't tangibly own them. And if, you know, I passed away tomorrow, technically my wife does not tangibly own my account, and they can delete these things. They also went through a phase of deleting things from people's accounts because they moved country, and those films were not allowed in those countries. How dare you? You know, it's your digital library. You paid for it. Why the hell couldn't you do it? Not exactly refunding you for it. They're just taking it out because it's not allowed. There's an issue there. There's a real issue. Enduro Racer. Hopefully this will load. Hopefully it'll work because I've loaded it 128k mode instead. Fingers crossed. But yeah, how dare they? So are we? Is this it? Are we getting to the point where even the youth of today is realising that if they don't own it, that's not theirs? Do they realise this? Is this the case? I think we might. Oh my God! Nothing's working on these games. They're loading and nothing works. They're loading, but they're not doing anything. I'm not getting that. That is the. What are you doing now? I think it's faulty again. I think we've got faulty stuff here. Faulty stuff here? What's faulty stuff here? Hang on. Brace yourself. I like Enduro Racer, so I'm going to pick out a copy of it. I've got it right in front of me. Let's load it properly and see what happens. This is ridiculous. This is not happening. Not happening today. We're going to load it. Oh, why have I got tennis? Let's try Enduro Racer instead of Pro Tennis. I've got it off the old Hit Squad collection here. Let's go for it. Hopefully this will load. We'll give it a go. Yeah, nothing going on the computer when you're not doing it, so it's not there. I'm going to have Enduro Racer. We're going to get Enduro Racer working. Something will work today. Something will work. Definitely work. It's always the way. But we'll see if the other things work when we go along. But yeah, is this? Have we reached this pinnacle where they've realised that they don't own it, and if they don't own it, then you know, first off, you can't resell it. Second off, you can't loan it to your mate very easily. Like, how do you digitally loan something to your mate unless you share your library with them? And then you're not going to share your library with them because you're sharing everything with them. So yeah, there's so many issues with this. There's so many issues with this. I mean, to be fair, let's do a little. When it comes to sharing games, at least Nintendo thought about this, because you had share play, didn't you? On the DS, you could actually share the game that you had with one cartridge to multiple screens. It was really good. It was a clever idea. That it was a brilliant idea, in fact. So one person could have it, and you could all play. You know, I don't know. I can't think of a game off my top of my head that had it. I think actually Mario Kart did. You know, one of the Mario Karts actually had it, so you could share play with other people. Great stuff, fantastic. I completely understand that. But as I say, if you don't own it, yeah, it's a hard one. It's a hard one. Yeah. Collecting tons and tons of DVDs because you love DVDs, and collecting loads and loads of movies. I mean, I'm dreadful for collecting. I love collecting. It's one of my, this is maybe not going to load looking at what's on the screen. But anyway, I love collecting. Collecting is one of my my things. I like to collect various things, from Star Wars figures and robots. At the moment, I'm still. Did I tell you I'm waiting for is it a Balin and a Shin from Sokatana, those figures. I'm waiting for those. I am waiting for that. And actually, by the way, I've got a little tangent to go off on this one as well, so we'll go off in a minute. But I like collecting figures, but the specific figures I'm collecting, I don't collect. I collect what I like. I don't collect it because it's part of a whole collection. Does that make sense? I collect what I like, but not because it's part of a whole collection. I collect things that I like. Pretty colours get me, So for instance, I buy games because the cover looks great. I buy die-cast cars or even die-cast models. I've got a thing for metal. I like metal figures. I got some DC ones recently, the Joker and Harley Quinn, and they're metal. They're little figures. They're only 2 inches tall, roughly. What's that? About 4 centimeters, 3 centimeters, just over 3 centimeters tall. Not very big, but they're die-cast and they're made of metal. Love them. I love weird and wonderful characters. I love Darth Vader, and I love as Darth Vader, not as Anakin Skywalker. Darth Vader. I love Sokatana. I've got tons of the Sokatana things. I love Stormtroopers. I've got tons of Stormtroopers. I think they're brilliant. I've got He-Man figures from Skeletor to Fisto, which is a great name for any character, by the way. I wish that he would appear in more things, especially the fact that they're doing a He-Man game with the limited run things. It looks good, by the way. Have a little Google for that one. That's definitely worth a little look at, the new He-Man game. But the point is that I do love things like that. I've got things from the DC universe. I'm a big fan of the Lantern Corps, so I like the Blue Lanterns, I like the Green Lanterns, I like the Red Lanterns of all things, the rage that's there that comes with them. I love those kind of things. I even have some Marvel stuff. I'm a big fan of the Hulk, so I've got lots of the Hulk. But I'm big sort of collector of stuff, and as I was just saying, does people go, well, actually, why shouldn't I own that on Blu-ray or DVD, or why shouldn't I own that on CD or LP or even a cassette tape? And I think cassette tapes apparently there's an increased sale of cassette tapes. Guess what? Analog media is better. Who could have thought it that when you generated the MP3 and you stuck it in and you chopped off the top and the bottom of the sound range, and have different people hear different things that they didn't hear, that you blanded it out just to make the thing work. The point was that with the deeper tones that you get with an LP or something similar, or an analog signal, is there's more range to it, and certain people will hear higher, and certain people will hear lower, and certain people will hear both, and some will only hear a bit in the middle. But I think there's a richness there to the quality of the whole thing. I think that's crashed. It's not good. Oh, pardon me, sneezing. Oh. I don't know where that came from. Let's try the other side. I am going to get one of these to bloody load. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. We're going to make it load. We are going to make you load, whether you like it or not. Spectrum games, I love them. 34-year-old Spectrum games. I mean, the worst part is they're loading, but we're not actually getting the games to work. So we're loading, but we're not getting them to work. Anyway, yeah. So I don't know. I think that this maybe look back as a very weird time where we were convinced by people that we should stream it, and I don't think we wanted to stream it realistically. Plus, they get to change the whole things. They edit chunks out of it. Somebody said to me the other day they've edited Splash, for instance, on the Disney Channel because John Candy's entire sort of Swedish conversation, where the only thing he knew was Swedish adult entertainment, and he discusses the size of his male appendage, is not appropriate for Disney anymore. So they cut the whole part out. But it's actually very funny, and it's a joke. And if you can't get the joke, stop don't put the movie out full stop. Don't hack it to pieces because you don't understand the humour. I mean and yeah, things date. I know, I get that one as well. We things do date, but how are you going to understand that was okay when it and now it's not if you don't let Anyway, let's get aside there. But yeah, this gets me onto my subject. Brace yourselves, I knew this one was coming. I don't know about you, but I could see it coming a mile off, a million miles off. Guess what? Disney wants more male people to watch their films again. You what? So you spent years vilifying, young men and men in general, because you for some reason you didn't want them to watch your movies anymore, and you want them back. Well done, absolutely well done. So now they want they want male characters back in roles that because they're losing billions because they've lost an audience. They've done it with Lucas films in the sense of Star Wars and Indiana Jones, and they've done it with the Marvel things where the male characters are there to be the fault and the reason for everything going wrong and also blamed for everything. And do you know what? It doesn't really fit very well with most people, so they don't want to watch that. They don't want to watch that they're the big bad guys. Strangely enough, now Disney's writing pieces where they're covering their asses and saying it's all to do with COVID and people stayed at home and young men have not been exposed to the this, that and the other, the right thing, and honestly they're covering the bottoms left, right and centre. Basically they decided to make crap movies. They decided to get rid of their audience. I don't know what they were trying to do. I know you want to expand your audience, but let's be honest here. I've read comic books from 70s to now. They often portray strong female characters all the way through all of them, from beginning to end. You still got that. You still got masculine characters. You still got, but they were well developed and well crafted, and a good story is a good thing. There is a great movie. What is it? Is it called? I'm gonna Google it right now because I'm trying to remember the exact name of it. There's a movie. I'm sure it's from 1968. I'm sure it's this. I'm gonna look at it. Not gonna say it until yeah. I'm sure it's this movie. Yeah, that's it. 68. That is the one. Right. There is a movie from 1968. It's a Western. It's called Once Upon a Time in the West. It has Charles Bronson in it, Henry Fonda, Claudia Cardelli, Jason somebody or other, and a few other people. It contains masculinity, its sensibilities of the 1968, some of that element of it, but it portrays a very strong female character. But it also feminine at the same time. It is worth a watch for that. You have to like westerns, but Once Upon a Time in the West is an interesting, good, bad, whatever else it is, sort of story. But at the same time, the female character is extremely strong within it, but at the same time feminine. I don't understand why Hollywood and particularly Disney couldn't understand that you can also do that. You don't have to make her into girl boss. And I have to admit that it was coming, and I want to see what happens. I mean, they made it up for it with Andor. I'll be honest, they made up for it with Andor. Andor was very well written. It didn't need anything else. It was very well written and very well cast. The female characters were right. It was good. It was very good. I got no arguments with Andor, realistically, but it was a long time coming. And do you know what it is? Damn good stories are good stories. It's always the one. If you've got a good story, it's a good story. You have to go with the good story. Don't change it because you have to. There's a movie, and I can't remember it. Is it called The Last Breath? I think it's The Last Breath. It had is it Last Breath? Last Breath. That one. Yes, it is. Last Breath from 2025, just recently, yeah. based on a true story of an oil rig disaster, and I'll be brutally honest. They show the real people involved in it afterwards, so their life and things after the accident. And it's based in Scotland, and they're working on oil rigs, and they race swap the characters in the real life movie. When you actually watch the end of it, they are two white Scotsmen, and they race swapped them for you know. Yeah, honestly, you can't make it up. Why? What? If you're trying to do the original story, why did you do that? You didn't need to. I'm not even sure what they were trying to achieve with that. It just made no sense to me at the end of it. I was like so confused. You're trying to be Anyway, so two Scotsmen got swapped for two Americans, and one was race swapped. It's mental. We are living in strange times anyway. But hopefully we'll start seeing it change. I mean, I think Quentin Tarantino said that he reckoned it would change. So I'll and he tends to be. Is he a barometer for things? Right, space. Wheelie, I need to change that to space. I'll change that to Z. O. Any other key to advance. Space. A. Any other key, any other key, any other key, any other key. Space. Right, that works for me. Any other key, any other key, any other key. Yeah. So we got anyway. Interesting times, peoples. I think I'm hoping that we're going to see a change in our sort of our viewing pleasure as such. Right. So Enduro Racer, based on the arcade game of the same name, brilliant game of the same name. We're a little biker. We go along these roads. I always quite liked it on the Spectrum, but I played it on the arcade. It was amazing. You have to pull back on the bike or sit back on the bike to wheelie to go over the jumps higher like this. So you pull a wheelie just as you're going over the jump. So you can jump past them, and it's basically just against the clock. So you just have to make it through the stage against the clock. Amstrad CPC version is basically a very lazy port of the. Oh, I hit that badly. Oh, avoid the rocks. Very lazy port of the Spectrum version. It's very slow in comparison to the Spectrum's more smooth and solid sort of run of the whole thing. I think you have to pull that at the right time, the wheelie. Can't remember how much the time it is, but you have to pull it at the right time. There we go. Got that one perfect. Oh, and I hit the perfect and landed on a thing. Let's go for it. Go. Accelerate bike. Don't lose any points for them passing me. It's just it's a bit like, just imagine Super Hang-On but without a turbo. It's more of a jump button. I used to really like this. I used to play it a lot when I was a kid. Oh sugar, didn't slow down fast enough there. It's going far too fast. The old kilometers at the top of the screen. Sliding across the desert. And a bit of music going as well. I didn't realise there was music playing. Whoa! Don't smash into that. Oh! Yeah, I'm doing well here. I'm smashing into everything. I'd have loved the arcade machine if I was a kid back in the day. Wouldn't you? Loved one of those. So even the Super Hang-On one was amazing. Or the Hang-On one, sorry. It was not Super Hang-On. I think Super Hang-On's what it became later. But Hang-On was really cool. I would have loved one of those. Do you know what I wanted, though? The ultimate for me that I would have really wanted if I could have had one. You know, it's one of these things. It's like if you're a millionaire, this is what I want. I wanted the original sit down Outrun. That's what I wanted. The Outrun in the one where you used to sit down in the cabinet. Oh, 1986. Couldn't have been better. Saw that for the first time. Oh, life changing. Life changing was that. Time up. Can I get my name in? No, just the time. Oh yeah, I can. Oh, because it works like that. Yeah. That's up and whatever. There we go. Fine, thank you. Worth playing, but only one worth playing. Let's see now. What else have we got on here? This should be Dan Dare now, though. This should be our final one. Should be Dan Dare. I'm going to do table. I'm going to risk it again. We're going to risk it and see if we can get there. So, No, but I think if that and the somebody, oh god, the same kid who saw the talked to me about fact that they were into physical media again. Fantastic, good news that. Same kid talked to me about that. He saw some footage for the Neo Geo, and he was like, "What's a Neo Geo?" I was like, "Get out." It's like it was the legendary console. He was trying to tell me what the prices were back in the day. It's like, and you used to pay £60 for a game back in the 80s, and I'm like, no, it didn't. I said, if you count for inflation and the translations, and he's looking at it, he's going, it's in dollars, by the way. And back in the 80s, it was $2 to a pound for a starve. So if it was $60, math, half it. It's 30 quid. So I think the highest I ever paid back in the day was for Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition Japanese import, 120 quid back in the day. That was back when it was released, and that was when it came in the cardboard kit, the lovely big long Japanese style cardboard case as well, because those were sort of longer, more elongated than the sort of the American or the UK releases. So I paid that for that version. Fantastic game. I wish I still had it to this day, because I bet it's worth a fortune now, to be honest with you. But not that I'd actually sell it. To be honest, I wouldn't sell it. I loved my Super Nintendo for Street Fighter 2. I love Street Fighter 2 on it. It's a fantastic game. I've been playing Mortal Kombat 11 recently because, it was cheap, and although I don't buy AAA titles, this was from a while ago, but the thing is, I don't buy particularly AAA titles. I bought it because it was Warner Brothers. I don't really have a massive objection to Warner Brothers in my head. There's a few places that I don't like EA, don't like Activision, don't like Blizzard. I used to like them. I used to like Activision and Blizzard back in the day. Don't like EA, don't like Activision, don't like Blizzard, don't like Microsoft. So there's a lot of them that I don't buy from because of that. And people go, oh, you're missing out on them. I ain't missing out on nothing. I ain't missing out on nothing. I have got more indie games than I can possibly play in my entire lifetime. I really do. I've got so many games from so many other providers that I don't need that what I would call the drudgery of those AAA titles, the continual sort of spewing of the same stuff year in, year out. I mean, how many times can you play flipping FIFA Soccer or whatever it's called, Football Club now, isn't it? Or how often are you going to play Call of Duty? It's the same bloody game it was many years ago, honestly. Except now you can play as Nicki Minaj, so of course that makes it so much better, doesn't it? Doesn't. I'd rather play something like Helldivers, and I know that's Sony, but again, not offended me particularly, Sony. So it's all about who's offending me. I mean, EA offended me about loot boxes and repeating the same garbage over and over again. Activision, exactly the same reason, loot boxes and same garbage over and over again. Blizzard has offended me by being bought by Microsoft and doing scummy transactions that way. And Microsoft, well, they started the scummy transactions for the most part when they started doing bits and pieces in regards to their sort of, I remember Dead Space 3 was destroyed by that. EA, of course, but Microsoft are fully endorsing the microtransaction environment on the Xbox 360. Yeah, thanks for that. We really enjoyed that. I don't know about you, but I really hated every second of that. I don't. Yeah, but what's worse though is I came from the microtransaction generation. If you're my sort of age, you did as well. You lived through the arcades, you put coins in them, and there we go. Digby, race over the asteroid. I love it when they race over the asteroid. They just race over the asteroid. I love the starting of this. It's actually really good. Oh, it's going mad already. Oh, so that's not working either. Because he's jumping up and down and going crazy. What? So whoever saved with this multi-face really messed up. What I want to tell you before I actually load it off something else. So look at the way that they use the foreground and background here. Dan Dare is always the background, and the foreground is always the things that were going in front of us here. And it's so that you don't have the colour clash. So if he could walk past these, but unfortunately I can't get him to walk because it's fully. Yeah, that's paused. He would see he was behind them. It's very, very clever indeed. Right, okay, before we get into the music part, because there's bound to be some music at the end of this, let's see if we can find Dan Dare on the old PlayZX and we'll load the whole thing up. Let's give it a whirl. Dan Dare. I'm sure it'll be on there, you know. I can't imagine it not on there. Pop that in there, pull that out there. Let's get ready. Let's go for it. Okay, down to basic and loaded it. Or load speech marks. It's a great name. Great load dit it. Because I didn't know what they were speech marks, so it's called dit dips. Dit dits. Right. Dan Dare. Good old Dan Dare. And search. Dan Dare. Future pilot. That's the man. There we go. And the Mekon return. And I've now got to touch the screen occasionally, otherwise it won't blooming load. I like this one. You got to basically destroy the asteroid that's hurtling towards Earth, because the Mekon's always trying to destroy it. It's funny, isn't it? If you think about the sort of these sort of histories and stories and things like that. I mean, it's always about mass destruction, isn't it? It's like destroying each other and wiping out the planet and things like that. Can't be that many planets though that can sustain life. For this seems almost ridiculous to want to destroy it, more invade it than anything else. I see. Just recently released though. Or not released. The trailer has been released for it. Not sure who's making it, so I'll reserve my judgment. As I say, there's plenty of indie games out there. It's not that are going to keep me busy for the next 4 billion years. I'm a no illusion that I can basically play games forever. I mean, I'm still playing Surrounded. I've said this before. So, but I see though the Voyager game is being released this year. There's a Voyager one. It's where you manage the ship, the Voyager ship, and you fly back from the I think they're in the Gamma Quadrant to the Delta Quadrant. Is that right? Or Delta Quadrant to the Alpha Quadrant? I can never remember where they are. I think they're in the Gamma Quadrant going back to the Alpha Quadrant. Anyway, they're flying back to Earth, and it's meant to take 70 years. And there's 7 seasons of it starting in 2000. Can you believe it was back in 2000? A bit of a fan, though, of Voyager. Always was. And the amazing bit is I've started watching it again, and I'm into the 2nd season already. And it's probably in the course of a week that I'm into the 2nd season already, and it's amazing how much of it I actually remember. How many of the episodes I can literally, I'm not the word for word, but remember the context of it and what they're happening. I'm currently on an episode, and I'm pretty convinced to know what happens in it, where they've managed to get to trans warp, which is faster than warp 10, where they can be everywhere in the universe at once. And Mr. Paris grabs the captain and takes her to transwarp, and they turn into weird sludge creatures, give birth and leave on a planet, and then the Doctor turns them back to humans. It's really weird. So they're like weird lizard creatures. It's a thing. It happened. It's amazing how crap it is, though, to begin with in the first 2 seasons. There really is very little. There's a very little respite. There's some of the early stuff. The Kazon. Sorry. Kazon. We have a drink, actually. Hang on a second. That was an interesting sort of a diversion. There's very unexciting. The Kazon, the least exciting thing in the universe. It honestly, there's some boring ass episodes. You know, one about holodecks for about two episodes. First, the worst bit is the first season. They've got one about a holodeck, followed by a photonic life form in the next episode. Quite literally, they did 2 episodes about holograms in the same space of time. They're literally like You know, and I can't believe it worked. I mean, but it's when we get to the stuff with the Borg that we get good. It's a bit like Deep Space Nine. That doesn't really get good until you get into the Dominion War. It's really that's generally the gist of it. I used to like the Next Generation, but I was never a big fan of the Next Generation Star Trek. I like the original Star Trek. But I'm quite excited for the Voyager game because the idea of a sort of a management sim going across space sounds kind of cool to me. I kind of like that. I do like a good management sim occasionally. Almost loaded. We're almost there. Dan Dare and the Mekon are about to meet. It's not going to be a happy meeting. A few seconds. Counting down. I'm not running out of steam. I'm just watching the timer and make sure that it doesn't go. Yay! Hello! Fantastico! Right. One for options. Ag. Ran out of memory. Oh, that's funny. One for options. One for options. Keyboard. QA, OP, and space. Perfect. Fire to begin. I'm on it. Here we go. They're speeding towards the asteroid. I love that, though. Isn't that lovely little bit intro sequence? It's really cool. Whoever wrote this one was really awesome. Look at that, though, the way it runs past that. And then when you die, you get sent to like a little jaily thing. That's what they do. They send you a jaily thing. Oh, don't shoot me. Alright, we need to get in here. And then we have to go find these bomb things. And then, don't die, health. And there's a lift that goes up and down here. Out of order. Oh, it falls all the way. That's the thing I need to collect, I think. How do I do it? Again. Extra energy, yeah, you jump on them, that's it. Okay. There's one up there. Mekon's dudes. Can I go up again? And again? And there must be there's a bomb somewhere. This is the prison where you go into. You get caught and you get sent to there. And you see there's a timer at the bottom left-hand corner. That's what we're trying to beat, is the timer there. My phone doing something weird there. What is it doing? I have no idea. Oh, died. Falls unconscious for 10 minutes. Yeah, you lose 10 minutes worth of time. And it's time what kills you in this one. There's a Mekon saying, "You will not succeed, Dan. You must dare me to be Dan." I'm pretty sure I need to go up. Can I go up any higher? He's just making him run up and down there. I'm going to try and find one of these bombs because they're like special bombs. There it is. There we go. Now take it to the self-destruct system. That's exactly it. So we've got to take it to the self-destruct. We're basically blowing up the asteroid that flies towards Earth. Of course, it's also got an entire sort of mining system and complex in it, which is, of course, where it is. And it's in here. I have to put it in here, I think. There you go. Inserts. A door opens elsewhere. See? So doors open. I've run out of weapon ammo. You idiot. Ran out of ammo. Let's see what else. The door's opened elsewhere. Let's see where the door elsewhere is opened. Yeah, don't get killed. Oh, yeah, it's an elsewhere door. Out of order. Yeah, there you fall for miles. Because that's out of order. So where's the next door that's opened? I know where we're at now. Running around like an idiot. Up we go. Up we go. Up we go. This way? Where are we now? No, I think we're back where we were. I don't want to go that way. Can't use that. There's nothing there. Very clever movement. I can't remember his name. Colin Swinburne used this in a game called Deviants. So he used the same sort of scenario, same sort of. Oh, can I go down? I think this is what it is. You can go down. He just shot me there. Can we go up? Can we go up again? No, there's no up arrow. Up. We can go down. Oh, further down. What ammo? Is this door open? No, it's shut. Extra ammo. Good, good, good. So there was a reason to go up there, wasn't it? Wasn't just a sort of red herring. There was a reason to go up there. Let's go for it. I'm back to this self-destruct button. Right, so that's no good. So the self-destruct place is not the place to be. That way. That way. We've been that way. Up, down. This one goes up. Let's go up this one, and then let's go to the left here. That one goes up and down, going nowhere. That one goes up and down several directions. Ah. I feel like we're back in the around the way. Yep, there's a prison. That's no good. I seem to have killed all the Mekon's little friends. Let's go this way. I reckon there must be a way down on this level, because I've not been on this level before. There's nothing up there. That's great. And this is the out of order one. Well, I'm totally lost. I can't see anywhere else to go. I don't know about you, but I feel like I've been round everywhere. I'm missing something. Right, okay, before we quit on this, let's see what else is on the tape. Because I think, he says try to move everything around just so we can get everything. I think we've got some music. Or I think we've got some music. Let's pick this up. Let's see what we got left on the music. I definitely think we've got some music on this, so I think we're gonna get some final music. I can't remember that song, but there's that. Tomorrow's World. Oh, it's Tomorrow's World on there. It was recorded from the telly. Let's see what else we got. See if we got any more music. Oh no, that's it. That's it. It was very extremely filled C60 tape, and we got the other side next week. So next week, this side, and then the choice for the end of the season is coming up. You'll find out in a week after that what we've got for the next season. I hope you have a lovely bank holiday if you're off. If you're not off, I hope you have a nice break another time. And maybe that's the case. But anyway, I've been your host, RealGenericDemon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.